Welcome everybody, and if you guys are looking to get the Battle Pass for free in Fortnite for Season 8, I'm doing a giveaway right now, completely free to enter. I'm giving away 20 Battle Passes. Link is at the very top of the description, so if you want to take advantage, go for it. You could get the Battle Pass for free. Now, Call of Duty started out as a pretty grounded series, I would say, and it maintained at least that little bit of realism throughout the franchise, but as things progressed, as we started to move forward, the developers were given more and more creative freedom with the weapons until we ended up with what we have today. Which is basically a ton of wacky and outlandish firearms and melee weapons. So what is up, everybody? Chaos here. Welcome to the COD History series. Today, we're going to be taking a look at my personal 10 picks of the most outrageous weapons throughout the Call of Duty franchise. Be sure to let me know which one of these is your favorite, or if it's one that's not on this list, you let me know that as well. If you guys would, take a second, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you drop a like, and turn on those post notifications, and let's get into it. This month's giveaway is for a new PlayStation 4 console. All you have to do to enter is drop a like on this video, be subscribed to the channel, and turn on your notifications so you never miss an upload. And in the comment section, let me know why you want to win the PS4 and include your Twitter handle so I can contact you if you're the winner. The winner will be announced at the end of the month. At number 10, and remember, this is my personal list, so you may agree, you may disagree. Blunderbuss in AW. Now, this old school shotgun, it kind of made you feel like you were a jet-packing pirate when you used it in Advanced Warfare. It by no means fit into the theme of this game at all, which is kind of what made it so outrageous. This shotgun had to be manually loaded with the pellets and the gunpowder in between shots, and it fired one huge blast every 4 seconds, I think it took to reload this thing, but that blast was more than enough to send someone packing in an instant if they were close enough. Now, you just have to make sure you choose your shots wisely, because otherwise, you're going to get one to the face if you're reloading, you're dead. And if you do this and you get a frustrating hit marker and you don't get the kill, you're probably never going to use the gun again. But it's safe to say it's outrageous. Scorpion Evo with rapid fire, specifically in Black Ops 2. Now, this gun, it was ridiculous. Any way you painted the picture, it was ridiculous. For those that were unfortunately not around during the glory days of BO2, the Scorpion Evo was an SMG that fired stupidly fast on its own. But just to make things even more outrageous, you could throw rapid fire on it and make it one of the fastest firing guns in COD history. Not just Black Ops 2, COD history. This thing killed so fast at close range that it would drop you before you could even process what was happening. By default, it shot at 1,250 rounds per minute, which is insane. But when you threw on the rapid fire, are you ready for this? Are you ready? It jumped all the way up to 1,800 rounds per minute, which is just, that's dumb. That's dumb. Danger Close in Modern Warfare Remastered. Now, Modern Warfare Remastered was a good remake, all things considered, but one thing that people didn't like about it was the fact that after all the success of BO3 supply drop system, Activision decided to change the COD 4 mechanics a little bit to fit melee weapons. Now, this really didn't change the game much overall, but it did pave the way for Raven Software to make some pretty weird weapons to throw into the supply drops, and one of those weapons was the Danger Close. It was just a big warhead that you ran around and you smacked people with. You heard me right. It was a warhead that you could use as a melee weapon in a game as grounded as COD 4. It was definitely weird to see something like this make an appearance, but it did, and thankfully, people didn't really go melee only much in Modern Warfare Remastered, so it didn't really ruin things, but it was outrageous. Tactical Unicorn in Black Ops 4. One way that Black Ops 4 has been keeping players entertained post-launch and trying to grab some money from them as well is by adding Mastercraft weapon sets that change the look of certain guns, kind of like the weapon kit system from Modern Warfare Remastered. One of the first Mastercraft sets that was released for Black Ops 4 was the Tactical Unicorn for the GKS SMG. This set would change your weapon into a bright, cheerful unicorn that fired the bullets straight out of its horn. And if you threw the long barrel attachment on there, well, it would make the horn even longer. Now, I'm definitely expecting Treyarch to go even crazier with weapon kits this summer down the line, but just think of all the weird stuff that they added to BO3. Yeah, it's coming. It's just a matter of time. Bushwhacker in Black Ops 3. Speaking of BO3, this melee weapon was added in the game in October of 2016, right around the time when Treyarch really started to go crazy with the weapons they were adding to supply drops. The Bushwhacker was this weird handheld mini chainsaw that you could rev up and slash right through people when you swung it at them. Of all the melee weapons added to the game, which was a lot, this was one of the most unique. Now, Treyarch clearly had a lot of fun coming up with some wacky ideas for melee weapons in BO3, and I would not be surprised if we started seeing a bunch of new ones down the road in BO4. Actually, it's February, so we're probably going to start seeing some pretty outlandish stuff in the near future. EM1 and AW. When Advanced Warfare came out, people were split on the jetpacks and the boost movement, but one thing that caught everybody off guard in the very beginning was the EM1. It was, well, I guess you could say it was the ultimate laser gun. When you think of a laser gun, you probably think of something like the EM1, this giant red blast that comes out and it melts everybody in front of you. Now, it was pretty representative of the whole jetpack era of COD, but I'm not going to sit here and lie. It was actually kind of fun to use when it came to outrageous weapons. Fighter Ace in Black Ops 4. Another one of those interesting Mastercraft sets that's been already released for Black Ops 4. And this one was the Fighter Ace set for the ABR Tactical Rifle. I like this one. Now, the ABR is a weapon that most people either love or hate due to it being a burst file. Super strong weapon in blackout mode. But just about everyone who got this set would use it just for the sake of using it because of how awesome it was. The Fighter Ace turned your weapon into a model airplane, complete with turning propellers that would spin around whenever you ran around the map or moved your gun. The detail on the set was honestly pretty amazing, and it's going to be interesting to see what Treyarch does with the rest of the guns in the game. And I'm pretty sure, I know in Blackout, if you get kills, it starts to light up. I'm not for sure if that's the case all the way through, but this thing, it's not normal. It doesn't fit in, and it's outrageous. The D13 sector in Black Ops 3. While Black Ops 3 didn't get as crazy with his guns as it did with its melee weapons, one of the exceptions to that rule was the D13 sector. This pizza, you heard me right, pizza slicer looking gun, it would fire this huge disc-shaped blade that would shred through enemies and kill anyone with a single hit. But that wasn't all either. It didn't have great range, but due to how easy it was to see it coming, it was actually ridiculously good in hardpoint on close quarters maps due to the fact that it would bounce. It would bounce off walls and structures and rack up multi-kills while you reloaded it. It was definitely one of the most satisfying weapons to use in Black Ops 3, and I think it has definitely earned its spot on today's list. The Venom X in Call of Duty Ghosts. I'm sure you all expected it to be on the list. A lot of you probably expected me to have it at number 1, but I've got something special in store over there, okay? This debuted in COD Ghosts, then it came back a little while later in Infinite Warfare's life cycle. It was originally exclusive to the Extinction mode, which is kind of where it belonged, which it explains the weird alien theme to the gun, but it was later brought in to the multiplayer as a hidden weapon on a specific map, and then Infinite Warfare just said screw it and made it a gun available for everybody to use on their custom classes, after you got it out of a loot box, that is. The Venom X is a weird grenade launcher type weapon that fires green venom sacs that explode on impact and deal damage to enemies they hit. And when you reload it, your character pulls out this alien venom sac, squeezes it back into the gun, and you're good to go. It's extremely weird and gross, but that was part of the appeal. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Venom X makes an appearance in Modern Warfare 4 in one way or another. After all, it's been in the last 2 Infinity War games, and clearly people like it. So don't be surprised if you see people running around with this thing in COD 2019. Left E in Black Ops 3. Now, BO3 had a ton of wacky melee items, but this one takes the cake, and it takes my number 1 spot on today's list. I bet when you're playing Nuketown in Black Ops 1, you never would have thought you would later be able to rip off an arm of one of the mannequins and run around with a jetpack and beat people to death with said arm. And I really bet you didn't think you were going to be able to hit X while using that arm, and your character would clap with joy. I said before, Treyarch clearly had a lot of fun coming up with ideas for melee weapons in Black Ops 3 supply drops, but this, to me, takes the cake. I wonder whose idea it was over at Treyarch to just pull an arm off one of the Nuketown mannequins and go with it. I mean, clearly everyone else went along with it too because it went in the game. So how many melee weapons did you actually get in Black Ops 3? How many were there? Somebody tell me in the comment section how many actual melee weapons were in BO3 post-launch. And there you have it. That is my personal list for the 10 most outrageous weapons in COD history. I know we missed a lot of weapons, but I only have 10 spots, so I did the best I can. You guys give me your list below. Make sure you guys drop a like if you enjoyed the video and never miss this series, and I'll see you soon.